A gas station clerk was shot and killed in Mississippi in September of 2022. When I was a child, my granddad, who was a Marine in World War II, he told me if a bad guy orders you to the back room of a convenience store, or he orders you down to your knees, facing away, or face down on the ground, these are non negotiable cues to fight as if your life depends upon winning, for it surely does. Now we're going to see the bad guy start looking at that front door. What's he looking for? What's he thinking about doing here? The victim, he doesn't like the idea of losing mobility. See how he kind of puts his leg out like, oh, leg cramp. Can't go down to my knees. Here we see him looking at the front door again, this time a little longer than the last time. If the victim was concealed carry, we call this an opportunity. It is a vulnerability that can be fully exploited. This guy just can't quit looking at the front door. Maybe you only get one or two of these. He tells him, go down to your stomach. Yeah, I don't think so. Look at how deep this blind spot is. He's got a rear ambush position. So if you don't have a pistol, this is the point that I'm going to be hitting him as hard as humanly possible to get control over him and his firearm and render him incapacitated. This is a deep blind spot. Anytime I talk about, if the guy gives me a blind spot, this is a blind spot. And this one lasts almost 2 seconds. He can't see me go for a gun or bum rush him when his head's turned. But that thing's going to need to happen like lightning fast. Now I can only imagine what the victim's thinking. So I'm going to guesstimate based upon what I might be tempted to think if I was in the same situation. The first thing is the victim, he's using his peripheral vision because he's monitoring what the criminal's doing. Now I can imagine thinking, if this guy sticks his arm out like he's going to put that gun to the back of my head, then I'm all in. I'm going to fight. The next problem is, what does the bad guy do here? Well, he leans over, he leans into it so that the gun hand, it goes deeper into this guy's blind spot. He can't see the gun hand, which means this bad guy's stacking time against him. And here's the thing. It only takes about 0.16 to 0.20, that's 0.2 of a second, for him to extend the arm and pull the trigger. The act of raising it to the position and pulling the trigger, it's about 0.2 of 1 second. So there is no way you're going to be able to react and beat this guy's action. You just can't be in this position. If that means tackling him and fighting over the gun, whatever you got to do, running out of the store, it needs to happen way earlier in this violent confrontation. You can't end up in that position. When bad guys start looking around and looking around and looking around, and they're taking their sweet time, and then he starts telling you you need to go down to the floor, to your stomach, and then he gets behind you, no,